Today in the course, we are going to learn about function. So welcome to the introduction lecture of functions. I hope you all are now familiar with the basics of programming and you must have the basic knowledge to variables and other concepts. Okay, let's start with functions. So functions are the block of statements which we write apart from our main program. Let me tell you more about it. Suppose there are several lines in a program and out of which 5 lines are used many times. So you have to write all those 5 lines every time you need. So here function makes the task easier for you. What we actually do, we take these 5 lines separate out from the main program, we create a function and we put those statements into it. Okay, now whenever we need to write those 5 lines, we simply call the function at that point and those 5 lines will be executed. I'll tell you how this works later in the course. So we were talking about functions. Functions are broadly divided into two categories and they are system defined functions, or you call them predefined functions, or also you can call them built-in functions. The second category of the function is the user defined functions. You learn about user defined functions in very deep through this course. So here I'll explain you about system functions first so that we don't miss it. Before I start, I must tell you the main is also a function. The part where we write all these statements, till now we were writing all the statements in the main function, is also a function. So from now we will call it main function. Then system functions are also known as built-in functions or the predefined functions, or also, okay, this is built-in function, and you can also call them library functions. So they are also known as built-in functions or library functions or predefined functions. You can call them whatever you want, and these functions are already defined in the library and you just have to use them in your program. You have already used many of these functions in your program. Let me list them for you. So some predefined functions are like they are printf, then we have scanf. I'm writing those functions which we have already used in our basic programming. So I hope you are familiar with all these functions. And then we have clear screen function. So these are the few predefined functions that we have already used in our programs. You may remember that we need to write header files first to use these predefined functions. Let me tell you why we write header files. Every function must have its definition. So they are predefined functions, so their definition is already written in the header files or library. So whenever we use them in our program, we must have to include those header files or libraries first so that their definitions can be executed by the compiler. Another kind of functions are user defined functions, which is the second category of the function. These are the functions which are defined by the user. Here user means the programmer, which is you. So these functions are defined by you. As I said earlier, each function must have its definition in order to use it. So you have to define your own functions to use it. You just have to define a function once and then you can use it anywhere you want in your program. You will learn a lot about user defined function in this course. So what are the advantages of a function? By writing a function, your program becomes simple to read. you know where the code is coming from and where the information is going. So by writing functions, the flow of control becomes easy and it is easily trackable. Another advantage is that debugging becomes easy. So whenever you get error, you just have to fix it in a single module and the whole program will be changed. An user defined function has three components and they are, let me tell you the components. So they are the function declaration, then we have function definition, then we have function calling. So in the next video you will learn about these components. Thank you.